Here we go, folks. We're going to kick off with break 1510, some Topps Bowman Chrome Hobby Lite Baseball. And I wanted to welcome Glenn and Jason to their first break with BreakTraders. You can use promo code NEWBT for 20% off your first order. We have Tristan McKenzie of the Cleveland Guardians RC going to Chris B, followed up by Casey Mize of the Detroit Tigers, and that is going to Gavin. Then we have a 40-man futures, Jeremy De La Rosa right there, and that is of the Washington Nationals heading to Chris. And then Francisco Alvarez of the Mets and Drew Waters of the Atlanta Braves. We have a Charlie Blackmon of the Colorado Rockies, followed up by an auto 125, Braden Shoemake of the Atlanta Braves, heading to Chris B. Then we have a black and white Bowman first edition, Malcolm Nunez of the St. Louis Cardinals, and that is going to be heading to Chris B as well. Following that up, we have a Bowman first edition, and that is going to be Manuel Beltre of the Toronto Blue Jays, followed by another Bowman first, and that is Poyu Chen of the Pittsburgh Pirates. That Manuel Beltre of the Blue Jays heading to Chris B, and Poyu Chen of the Pirates headed to David. Alrighty, and we are on to our next pack in this one. Christian Yelich of the Brewers, followed by Kevin Newman of the Pirates. And then we're going to have a Dawn of Glory, Nick Gonzalez of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that's going to be our box hit right there. And that is heading to David. Following that up, we have Eduardo Garcia of the Milwaukee Brewers going to Jason. And Kevin Made of the Chicago Cubs. And that is going to be going to Yuval. Alrighty, and we're on to our next pack right here. We have Jake Cronenworth of the San Diego Padres, and that is heading to Francisco. Following that up with Max Meyer Summer Camp of the Miami Marlins going to Chris B. And then we have a black and white Sheelan Polanco Bowman first edition of the Pittsburgh Pirates going to David. Followed up by Josiah Gray of the Dodgers and Ed Howard of the Cubs. We have Alex Baum of the Philadelphia Phillies heading to David right there. And then we have a Nolan Arenado of the St. Louis Cardinals, followed by a 40-man futures, Mick Abel of the Philadelphia Phillies going to David. Marco Luciano of the San Francisco Giants and Jared Kelly of the Chicago White Sox. Haley's right there. We have Josh Donaldson of the Minnesota Twins, a shimmer Ronnie Mauricio of the New York Mets to Mr. CEO. Then we have a black and white Jefferson Aquero Bowman first edition, and that is of the Milwaukee Brewers headed to Jason, followed by Oswald Peraza of the New York Yankees and Alek Thomas of the Arizona Diamondbacks. JT Realmuto of the Phillies, Francisco Lindor of the Mets, a 40-man futures Zach Aveen of the Colorado Rockies, and that is going to go to Mr. CEO, followed up by a Carlos Menrez of the Tampa Bay Rays, Bowman first headed to Jay, and a Melcar Perez of the Seattle Mariners going to Cynthia. I'm well rested. I slept for about 15 hours when I got back from Nashville yesterday. We have Freddie Freeman of the of the Braves, Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers, a black and white Bowman first, Julio Correas of the Colorado Rockies to Mr. CEO. Then we have Yiddy Copy, Bowman first, the Miami Marlins going to Chris B, followed up by Christian Hernandez of the Chicago Cubs, and that is going to be going to Yuval. We have a Kyber Ruiz RC of the Los Angeles Dodgers going to Glenn. Then we have a 2020 Summer Camp Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners. Followed up by Ian Anderson out of 299 RC of the Atlanta Braves going to Chris B right there. Then we have Reed Detmers of the Los Angeles Angels and Heidberg Perez of the Milwaukee Brewers. We have Luis Patino of the Tampa Bay Rays going to Jay. Following that up, we have Spencer Howard of the Philadelphia Phillies, and that's going to be going to David. Then we have a black and white Blaze Jordan of the Boston Red Sox, and that is going to be heading to Cynthia. Following that one up with Nick Gonzalez of the Pittsburgh Pirates and Wander Franco of the Tampa Bay Rays. Alrighty, let's run these rookies down. We have Spencer Howard of the Philadelphia Phillies going to David. Luis Patino of the Tampa Bay Rays headed to Jay. The out of 299, Ian Anderson of the Atlanta Braves going to Chris. Kyber Ruiz of the Los Angeles Dodgers to Glenn. Alex Baum of the Philadelphia Phillies to David. Jake Cronenworth of the San Diego Padres heading to Francisco. Casey Mize of the Detroit Tigers heading to Gavin, and Tristan McKenzie of the Cleveland Guardians going to Chris. And now on to our Bowman first. We have the Christian Hernandez of the Chicago Cubs going to Yuval. Yiddy Copy of the Miami Marlins, and that is going to Chris. Julio Correas of the Colorado Rockies going to Mr. CEO. Milcar Perez of the Seattle Mariners going to Cynthia. Then we're going to have a Carlos Calmarez of the Tampa Bay Rays going to Jay, followed by a black and white Jefferson Cuero of the Milwaukee Brewers to Jason, the black and white Shalen Polanco of the Pittsburgh Pirates going to David, Kevin Made of the Chicago Cubs heading to Yuval, Eduardo Garcia of the Milwaukee Brewers going to Jason. Then we have Poyu Chen of the Pittsburgh Pirates to David, Manuel Beltre of the Toronto Blue Jays to Chris, and a black and white Malcolm Nunez of the St. Louis Cardinals heading to Chris as well. And then last but not least, it is our box hit, and that is going to be the Nick Gonzalez Dawn of Glory of the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that is heading to David. And with that, we are done with break 1510. We'll be back in 3 minutes with some certified hobby football.